Here in the latest installment of the 2025 League Him Watch List. I got Michael Ajayi from Gonzaga. Michael, we've Marathon Mike, some people call you.
Mhm.
We've obviously spoken in the past, and we've discussed your incredible journey. But I think it's only fitting today with the Julius Erving preseason watch list coming out. Your name was on there. Looking through those names, 20 of the best players in the country, your position. Something that stuck out to me is I don't think there's too many players on that list with your type of journey. So could you maybe just walk us through your journey as a player, how you got to Pierce College, your growth spurt, and then maybe we'll get into how you got your first Division I offer.
Yeah, high school was kind of a long journey. Going to freshman year, I was 5'7", played on the C team for a year. Was playing the point guard, shooting guard that year, and then going to sophomore, junior year, I grew to like 5'10", and I was on JV for those 2 years, and it was a struggle. Didn't know where I was gonna end up. Basketball was like when I was hooping, I just didn't see a future, and I was contemplating if I should still play basketball. But going to that COVID year, my senior year, my only year I played varsity, had a growth spurt of like went to 5'10" to like 6'5". So that was crazy. That pandemic era, it was different. My dad built a court outside of his house, and I just was on the court for like about 2 years, just grinding every day, and then going to Pierce. That was my only offer out of high school, and I was just trying to make a name for myself out there. It was hard in the beginning. I didn't know where to start, but me and my coach, my assistant coaches, we really, worked out in the morning, at night, after practice, just every day trying to hone in my skills, and it paid off. And now, I went to Pepperdine for a year and then did my thing, and then now I'm at Gonzaga. So,
Walk us through how you got that initial connection with Coach Romar at Pepperdine, securing your first Division I offer.
yeah, I mean, freshman year, averaged around like 20 in 2011. They had no offers there. I was getting a lot of D2s, D3 offers. And then one day, my coach, he connected me with a run with Isaiah Thomas. He's a local guy. He loves to play basketball like locally. So one day I went to the gym. No one knew me, who I was. I was just a random pulling up just to play basketball. But I seen Isaiah Thomas, and I was like, okay. And then one of the players were Alfonso Anderson. He played for Utah State, and he already graduated, but he was like going to like the G League or overseas, and I was matched up against him. And when I tell you I went off against him, and I was defending him full court. Even Isaiah Thomas, when I was switched on to him, I was guarding him, hitting three balls, just defending, just being a dog. And he took notice of that after the run. He couldn't believe I was still 18, 19 years old. And he was like, "Yeah, we got to get him out of Pierce College ASAP." So he called up Coach Romar, and yeah, he just looked into me. Went to my practices. Was really big on my recruitment, and it was all good from there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Was it set? There was also, you went to the crossover too, right?
I kind of played in a big part too. Jamal Crawford, the pro-am, shout out to him. He put me in the on one of the teams, and I was guarding, guys like Jonathan Kaminga, other good players. I was just trying to make a name for myself out there too. I was doing my thing, getting the usual double doubles in those games, and just trying to be a dog. Uh, Jamal Crawford is a big part of my journey, always giving me a word of encouragement and just telling me to keep going.
Basketball means a lot in that area. What does it mean to you to have mentors like that have achieved what you're trying to achieve?
It means a lot. Even this year, I was at the Zeke end just watching IT and all those NBA players, Marjan, and after the game, they just kept telling me just keep going, like you're there. Just having those type of words are just making me want to work even harder. Jamal always texting me, IT's texting me all the time, just saying how am I doing, or are you in the gym? Like those type of comments in my head all the time. Just got to keep going, got to keep working because they see something in me when no one's seen anything. So that just always make my day whenever I hear them texting me and all that. So
Yeah, it's special. I love Isaiah Thomas's slogan. He always says, "Stay paranoid."
yeah, yeah, and
That's
also slow grind. Like I
yeah,
said,
slow grind.
like slow grind is just everything. to me.
Your first year at Division I level, your first team all conference in a very competitive league,
Yeah.
about like 17 points, 10 rebounds a game, 40 plus from three. How gratifying was it to have that type of production throughout the season?
I mean, going to Pepperdine, I always have confidence in myself. Like even now when I was in the JUCO level, like I knew I could play at the D1 level, but I just had to showcase it, trying to merge with my teammates and building that chemistry. It took me a minute in the summer, but after that preseason rolled in, I just felt confident. Me scoring and rebounding and trying to do everything on the court for my teammates is what I do. Coach Romar was also a big part of my development, just training me, teaching me how to see the game, how to play with other good players, just made me see the game differently. So that kind of helped me.
When we talked back in the spring, you were one of a few players who made their decision to transfer before going through the draft process. Obviously, it's a very messy, crowded month or so in the spring. But something that stuck out to me is when you were in the portal, you said, now that me and my father have been through this a couple of times, we see through the fluff. We understand NIL matters, all that stuff matters. But like at the end of the day, you have one goal. So maybe break down your approach to the transfer portal. You could have gone to any school in the country. You end up going to one of the premier schools at Gonzaga for a Hall of Fame coach. Break down that mentality and thought process to your approach.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Romar got fired, sadly, but going to that transfer portal was big for me. I had to find a school that's, big on family and, a good winning program. And Gonzaga was, top of my list. Assistant coach RJ Barr, she was really on me from the jump. Just wanted me to, come out there, see the school. And Coach Few was on me too. And he loved my rebounding. He loved my effort on the court. And he just wanted he wanted me to be on Gonzaga and help the team win a lot of games. So yeah, going, seeing the school was very beneficial for me. Seeing the teammates, Nolan, KB, Graham, they calling me, texting me, just showing me a lot of support and love. So I just felt that family environment from the jump. And it's close to home. I'm from Kent, Washington, and Spokane's like 4 hours away. So my family can come out anytime they want to watch the games. And so that was a big factor also, choosing Gonzaga.
Yeah, then moving on from that, you did attend the combine, you had draft workouts, draft interviews, played in the
Yeah.
scrimmages. What was that experience like for you?
It was different. I mean, going in there with the top guys like Reed, Sheppard, Kel'el Ware, Ryan Dunn, it just, molded me to like going to those sessions were like war, just battling. They pushed me, I pushed them to be their best. And then going to those NBA workouts were also good, gave me a good outlook of how things are, how to be professional, always, talk, communicate, pick up your teammates. And then the combine was a crazy experience because I never thought I would have been, invited. So it was a great experience though that week. Seeing other guys living out their dream just inspired me to, push even harder. So I was so glad to be a part of that. And, shout out to everyone, helped me get there. So
Quick little segue question. Ryan Dunn's hitting threes in the preseason, so he was a part of our watch list
yeah.
last year. So I watched like his high school film, and he used to hit threes, and Virginia
Yeah.
had a tough time offensively.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you weren't surprised he started hitting threes for the Suns because he was probably shooting the ball pretty well out in LA.
No, I was never surprised. Like he just needed to showcase it. Like me and him are going at it at once. Like he was my top matchup going to the, the pre-draft process, and he can move like a guard. He has handles. He can shoot like really good. He just needed to showcase it and have a little bit more confidence in his game, and he'll be straight. So I'm very happy to see him succeed in that environment in the Suns, just hitting those threes. His role being a great defensive player. Just proud of him overall.
So on that stage where you're competing with the top guys, everyone's getting evaluated. On the
Yeah.
scheme of like evaluating yourself, if you were to break down your game, at this point, like we won't even say last spring, we'll say right now after this offseason, head into your last year, how would you break down your game to an NBA GM?
My effort on the court is second to none. I mean, I'm playing hard 100%. Whenever I'm on the court, it's full speed. Also, just trying to guard the best players. my size, I have to switch on to a lot of defenders. Coach Few believes I can do that, so you'll be seeing a lot of that this year, being able to grab boards offensively, defensively, hitting the catch and shoot three. I've been working on that all off season, so you see a lot of that. And my athletic ability improved that tremendously over the off season. I try to be above the rim all the time, and yeah, I mean, when the team is struggling to score, I can be a offensive threat also in that way. Just trying to do a little bit of everything on the court. Just trying to help my teammates win a lot of games. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think that showed last year for people that watch you at Pepperdine. Like you said, 48% on catch and shoots, 43% off the dribble, and you're still working to get better. You talk about the athleticism piece and being versatile defensively. So when you were out there in Chicago and then also in LA for those workouts, what were the things in the back of your mind like, all right, this time next year, I need to improve on this, this, and that to make sure that I can, get to the level I want to be at?
I feel like just being consistent on the shooting. I mean, I'm a great shooter, I feel like, but just being even more consistent will just help me being able to defend at every position. I'm pretty big, but sometimes laterally guards can move faster. So just working on that laterally, lateral quickness, and then just reading the game. Spatial awareness, knowing where I'm at on the court, and building up my IQ. So just like those little things like that. That's easy fixes for me. I can improve on the most.
In the past, you talk about how big of a aspect film study was in your development.
Yeah, so like going to Gonzaga, me and assistant coach B Mike, we used to like watch film after every practice, just trying to improve what I need to work on. Even before my workouts, I'll try to watch film and then try to correct it in my workouts. Just being a student of the game will help me tremendously in the future. So I'm just trying to work on that.
Going through that process is probably extremely motivating, not knowing if you ever be in that position, but then also, being around a bunch of people that were making that jump. And whether you knew or not, you were ultimately gonna go back to Gonzaga. You're still in the same environment as those type of players. How is that fueling you each day, building towards this season and then towards next spring?
I mean, it fuels me a lot because I know what I'm capable of. And, a lot of people may think different, but, I think I'm just an underdog in everything I do just because I wasn't known out of high school or, my first 2 years of college. That big jump going to Pepperdine, not a lot of people expected that. But it's just a lot of unseen hours in the gym. Like when no one's there, I'm just waking up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, going to the gym. No one's seeing that. So, my journey's been rough, but I've been making a lot of huge leaps. So I'm trying to show this year, with the bigger team, Gonzaga and our non-conference schedule, is just showing a lot of people what I can do against bigger teams. And yeah, just being a force to be reckoned with on the court.
Just break down that routine. You say 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Oh yeah, so like at Pepperdine, we didn't have a lot of gym availability because we're a small school. We only had one court, and a lot of sports were using the court. So me, I had like a manager. Shout out to him, Casey. We used to just wake up at 5 o'clock, get there around like 5:15, warm up, get my spot ups, my dribble middies, my ball handling in there in the gym like every day. Like we would not skip a day. So having that type of preparation just made me confident in my game. I was never scared of any game. So just that preparation made me better.
So, I mean, obviously an incredible journey, incredible persistence, and like you said, you're ready to make another massive leap. What would your advice be to someone who right now they're putting that work in, but they're not getting any recognition, they're not getting college offers, they feel like they're just not getting the attention they think they deserve? What would your advice be to them?
With me, I had to sacrifice a lot. Not partying, health, eating the right foods, going to the gym in the morning when you don't want to, just doing those little things like each day will add up to a huge amount. Work on your strengths and also your weaknesses, but also work on your strengths because that can really improve your stock and improve where you want to go. I know coaches and even go to the JUCO level, like everyone think it's a bad place to start, but you can really improve on your game there and start from there. And then each year improve. Also, don't worry about anyone who thinks you're not good enough. My dad always, every day, just in my ear, keep working, keep doing this. So having a good support system, like your friends, who you're around, is huge. Being able to sacrifice doing the little things and get to where you want. Never think you're not good enough. And also be close to God and have faith in God. If you put in that work, God will reward you at the end.
Sure. NBA season started up this past couple weeks. Who are the players you like to watch, teams you like to watch? Are you hardcore, you got the league pass going, or are you flipping through highlights? Like,
I'm really looking at Chet from Thunder, OKC, because he went to Gonzaga, and me and him be having talks about what the season's going to look like for me and him. So I just been on him, looking. He had a big game against the Spurs the other night. So just watching him, how he plays. The Lakers, of course. I've always been a Lakers fan since Kobe. And yeah, I mean, also I'm looking, Ryan from the Suns and Kel'el, Antonio, Reed, just watching them, because they've been in the same process I have. So just, watching them and seeing what I could do and to improve my game. So
yeah, it's a good group. And then you mentioned you like watching Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby. Some people compare you guys with the physical tools. What do you like about their games?
just them being able to do everything on the court, like they can shoot, defend, rebound, like they're just like the glue guys of each team, and I want to be part of that group of guys. I see myself in OG, how he just guards the best players, making winning plays, sacrificing his body for the team. Just I like watching guys like that, and hopefully I can be one of those guys in the future.
Who's on your all hustle team in the NBA? We'll go three players.
All hustle team. Probably go like Josh Hart, one of those
That's a good
guys.
one.
I like Pascal Siakam. He's a dog on the Pacers.
And he had a
And
huge three last night to give the
yeah,
Celtics their first loss.
yeah. Either Drew Holiday or the other guy on the Celtics. I forgot his name.
Derek
He's
White?
Derek White. Yes, him. He's a good guy for any team.
I was thinking Draymond.
Oh my God, he's really aggressive. But I like how he plays. He's a great glue guy for sure.
And
But
I'll give you one more. Mogbo for the Raptors. He's a rookie. He was at San Francisco WCC. He's
yeah,
he's gonna be on that list soon, as long as he keeps getting playing time. He
oh, for sure.
rebounding, guarding 1 through 5, blocking shots, dunking.
Yeah. So I have a good story. I play against him a lot in the WCC, but I had a Grizzlies workout and he was there, and they put me on him. So it was a great battle, me showcasing my skills, and we just went back and forth. So it was really great, playing against him. So I'm really glad that he's doing this thing in the Raptors. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I hope they keep playing their young guys. It's exciting to see him get that opportunity as a second round pick. Is there one game circled on your non-conference schedule?
Probably the first game, Baylor. Like that's the first test. Like I'm ready
Is
for
that
that.
Monday?
That's Monday. Other than that, obviously UConn. That's in the Madison Square Garden. Like if you're a hooper, that's your dream to play there, for sure. And then Kentucky in my hometown, that would be great. Everyone's going to show up there, so it'll be a blast for sure.
I didn't realize that was in Seattle. That's gonna be an
That's,
awesome game.
yeah, it's going to be amazing. Can't wait. For sure.
Then last thing, League Him, our slogan's always been in due time. We've kind of built our platform on players like you that have had to, undergo a pretty unique journey to get into the ultimate goal of going professional. What does the phrase in due time mean to you in your basketball journey?
In due time, I say just being patient, being slow, taking it slow, being a marathon runner. It's not, how you start is how you finish. So in due time, I feel like, God has a plan for you. And if you keep working, God's going to reward you at the end.